video, I'm going to show you how you can use prefixes to select the correct column and row to enter data in your Excel workbook. Quite often I have told you that in order to get the task with the information on it, you need to select the cell, which is the row and the column. But now I figured out something, and it's if you put prefixes on your barcodes, so you have 6 tasks here, and if you would have 6 different barcode scanners, one for each task, and it would automatically know which task it was doing, and then it could find the row and your information would be entered in the correct cell. So first thing you would need to do is program your physical scanners. Most scanners come with a manual or configuration website containing barcodes that you can scan to program. The device you would program in different non-characters, so it would be like a question mark or exclamation mark and everything else, that type of thing that would go in front of your barcode scanner. And I'm just going to show you a picture of so this is what the barcode would scan in like. This wouldn't appear on your product, but this is what your barcode would scan in like. The barcode scanners ignore the brackets here, so this barcode would have the percent sign and then the barcode that you were putting in there. So the theory is that so if you have a different prefix for each of your tasks, and then it would search by what the work order was, you could put in the information for the task. So I'm assuming that you would be scanning these in when the task was complete, so you could track the progress of your operation. So I have some that I've just made over here, and so I'm going to scan in. Now I don't have a barcode scanner, so I'm going Control C and Control V, but you would do this with your barcode scanner. You scan into the barcode scanning slot here, and there it automatically goes into the third column and the correct row for 333. Because you scanned in your barcode. This would either be a tag that's on the part that's going from these different tasks, or it would be the work order that's accompanying, that you would have on the work order that's accompanying these different parts. So let's select another one. And so I have got this ampersand and then 555. I'm going Control C and Control V. Once again, you would be scanning in with your barcode. Let's go to our barcode number here and Control V. So there you go. There it is right there. It is completed right here. So let me show you how I did this. So I will of course include this code in the description of my video. So it's called different scan. Now so my input cell, so that's my barcode scanning, and that is going to be B1. And if the input, if there's nothing in there, then you're going to exit that so you don't have an endless loop. Your prefix is the leftmost of your input data of what you've scanned in, and the work order is the mid, so it's taking off the first one. And so now let's select the case. So we have an exclamation mark for column 2. We have an and sign for column 3. We have a pound sign for column 4. We have an ampersand for column 5. We have a question mark for column 6, and we have a little hat here for column 7. So what it does is it selects whatever the prefix is it has determined that from up here, and so then it goes to the correct column. And so now what it's going to do is you've scanned in the work order, and so now it's going to search for the work order in column A, and then it sends you a work order not found if it doesn't find it. But the row The active row is the range row that it finds from searching for the work order. Okay, then what it does is it selects the cell, which is the active row, and the target column, which we have determined by this case select. Active font name equals Calibri, and this is because we've scanned in a barcode, and I don't want the date and time to be displayed as a barcode. I want it to be displayed as something that I can read. Active cell value equals date and time, and this is the format of the date and time. So then we go back to our barcode, our barcode cell, and we clear the contents, and then we go back to the B1 and select it so that somebody else within the shop could be scanning the next thing without having to open a computer or select a cell or anything else. I will, of course, include the code in the description of my video. Please subscribe.